as a follow-up for Jack, will Government 2.0 fulfill the promise of e-government?
Well, I can remember maybe a little over 10 years ago when people started to talk about e-government, and you had all of these technology analysts, and they would come with this this concept. Well, at first, it'll just be brochureware, and you provide more information, and then people will be able to start interactions, like they'll be able to download a form for their income tax or permit, and eventually they'll be able to transact business. In other words, take your credit card and I don't know, buy a dog license or something online. And then a miracle would happen, and government would be transformed. And I don't think that transformation really happened. I think it didn't happen because the concept of collaboration with citizens wasn't part of the overall structure. Because we thought of in terms of services, so this is the service I'm providing. This is a DMV example. I'm providing you with a driver's license, or I'm providing you with a driver's test, or something like this, and that's all there is to it. But the reality is that when you interact with people at DMV all the time, and so if you're interacting with these people, you're not just downloading their forms, you're actually interacting. You're collaborating, you're asking questions, you're being pointed, oh no, you can't go to this DMV location because you're not an American citizen. You can only go to the one in Georgetown, for example. These types of discussions. And I think also that it's very difficult in organizations that do not have a culture of collaborating among themselves, going from department to department. It makes it much more difficult for them to actually collaborate externally with third parties. And so you kind of have to get it into your blood first.
Yeah, and just to put a little bit of perspective on this, I think a lot of people, especially in the district, are very hard on the government. But to put things in perspective, you know, I deal with a private company that's actually a fairly good company, and I have to fax stuff to them all the time. And I bought train tickets on Amtrak this morning, and that website just finally got updated for the first time in I don't know how many years, and it's still very primitive. There's no, you know, hip Web 2.0 way to interact with the Amtrak and talk about your experiences, right? There's no chat room, there's no wiki, there's no Amtrak blog as far as I know. There's no people video blogging about your train experience. And the same is true of many airlines and so on and so forth. And so the government is coming at this slowly, but so are many, many, many companies. And I'm sure other sort of large nonprofit and such organizations.